Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise to oppose this bill with very good reasons, some of which are captured by the Committee on Agriculture when they actually retreated to look at the Senate bill. So, Speaker, so lastly, we were here on the 15th of August 2024 when the bill was supposed to be debated, as it had been tabled the previous day and seconded. The morning of the 15th, we woke up to very sensational reporting by some media houses, including social media, that this bill had dangerous clauses to the farmers of Ndengu and that it had not undergone proper public participation. We actually looked at the bill. In as much as it has a lot that is wanting, it has not been properly drafted by the Senate. In fact, it's muddled up. It's a bill that ought to be cleaned, and it can only be cleaned if it is either rejected or massive amendments are made to it. But two reasons why I actually oppose this bill is because of want of public participation. Mung beans, unfortunately the name is not even suitable, because any Kenyan hearing us debating on mung beans would wonder what this is. It's a lot of English which is foreign to us. Ndengu is the popular name of what we know as green grams, and I think that is the proper English. But we have a new name that has come up by which we should define these beans, which is foreign to all of us. Therefore, this bill should actually be titled the Ndengu Bill, so that just like most of the crops that are known to us, we would know what law we are formulating and it relates to which crop, and Kenyans out there would be able to make a follow-up of what it is that we are saying. So if we are to amend at all this bill, we should call it the Ndengu Bill. Number two, from the committee observations, it is clearly noted that the Ndengu beans, or the Ndengu itself, is grown in some counties that are in the eastern region of the country. Those counties include Kitui, Makueni, Tharaka Nithi, Machakos, Embu, Meru, Taita Taveta, and Kirinyaga. However, it is not captured in the Senate report that this bill was actually taken to those farmers so that it can be debated under public consideration. So Kenyans, and especially the farmers in these areas, including my own area of Tharaka in Tharaka Nithi, on the 15th of August 2024, were extremely anxious when they were told some of the provisions which are in this bill. The reporting may not have been accurate, but the information to them was that there was a law being formulated to regulate the growing of Ndengu in the country, but that law was not taken to them for approval, and therefore, including myself, we have been instructed to actually reject this bill. Number two, when we look at the public participation, even by the Committee on Agriculture, it was through adverts. Adverts were placed in the papers. The public did not respond, apart from a few corporations which have interest in the crop, including the research institutions. The net effect was this: we have a bill that has not undergone proper public participation. This bill should actually be withdrawn. It should actually be rejected by this House if it cannot be withdrawn, so that first and foremost we have proper public participation. Take the bill to Tharaka so that it goes round. Take the bill to Kitui County. Take it to Meru, Embu, Kirinyaga, Taita Taveta, Kitui, Machakos, and Makueni, so that citizens can actually discuss the contents of the bill. Number two, I oppose the bill because it does not seem to address the problems that bedevil this crop to the root. The Committee on Agriculture has made very important observations that the crop, in spite of being grown widely, does not fetch a lot in the market. This is because we have not had proper production, husbandry of the crop, and also the government has not given the support that is required. The net effect is, if we are to have a law on the Ndengu beans or the mung beans or whatever they are called, or whatever they are going to be called, then we must see clearly what role the government is going to play. If farmers are to be registered so that they get government help on growing this crop, the mode must be clearly set out so that there is no misinformation. Because the misinformation that is doing the rounds in the counties is that you will not be able to grow Ndengu unless you are registered with the county government. And that failure to register with the county government will attract a fine of not more than 1 million shillings or a prison term of 2 years or both. That may not be entirely correct from this bill, but farmers need to understand exactly why they are being called upon to actually register. We must also have clearly defined roles of those persons who actually buy Ndengu, and they are known as brokers. These are the people who have actually confined the growers of Ndengu, including those in the Raka, to penalty because they buy this crop at very cheap prices. Therefore, we must have regulations on how the pricing, the marketing, and everything else that goes with the selling of the crop is regulated. Another reason why I oppose this bill is that it has provisions regarding what the county governments are supposed to do. And those provisions are elaborate. That the county government will do this and that. The county government is prescribed to do as follows, the net effect of which is for the House of Parliament, the Senate and the National Assembly to make rules and regulations regarding county governments. I do not think this House has the power to do so because counties are devolved units and they have their own assemblies. It is those assemblies that are supposed to make laws governing what county governments do. Therefore, inasmuch as the Agriculture Committee has proposed elaborate amendments to the bill, I still feel this bill is not properly done. It was not properly drafted. In fact, the Senate never thought through about this bill. It appears to have been rushed, as a result of which it has found itself here when it is half-baked. We must remove that half-baking by actually returning this bill to the Senate so that they can give it a proper consideration. Once a proper bill is formulated through proper public participation and we are made to contribute to it, we will no doubt support it because the Ndengu crop requires a very elaborate law that is going to help us grow this crop. We are able to produce it and we are able to market it as is required. In the countries like India and the others that are cited here, the crop is actually grown in what I would term as systematic production. Here in Kenya, it is grown as ad hoc. We must bring this to an end. With those remarks, I do oppose the bill.